the natural truth seeker that I am, I follow the transits of the moon, hoping to illuminate and expand your knowledge of what is hidden in the shadows. For after all, the moon doesn't just reflect light, it reveals the truth. Ready to ignite that inner flame with this new moon in Aries? If so, then just keep on watching. Hello and welcome back to the channel. I am your host and fellow astrologer, Jessie Jupiter. I study traditional Western astrology. Welcome to the channel where I combine my strong love for astrology with my strong love for health and wellness as well as nutrition. Here I provide helpful tips and tricks and spiritual practices that you can utilize to help navigate through this cosmic energy. Meanwhile, revealing some of the secrets and mysteries behind what the moon is trying to tell us. And if you stick around to the end of this video, I will have a 3-card collective tarot reading just to get an alternative energy perspective to help us navigate more smoothly through this cosmic energy that we're experiencing. So without further ado, coming to us, April the 17th, we have a brand new moon coming to us in the fiery sign of Aries. Are you ready? It's go time. So, starting off, we are going to be talking about the heavy full house that we are going to be experiencing in Aries. We have 7 transits going on in the house of Aries. Full house. Mercury, the moon, we have the sun, we have Chiron. We also have Neptune and Saturn. Heavy full house. Mars, the ruler of Aries, has completed his entire transit through the entire zodiac, has passed by Pluto, alongside the rest of the other planets that are long awaiting him in his home for him to return fashionably late to his own party, full house in Aries. And being greeted by his first guest, Neptune, which I think just handed him a glass of water and said, "Are you still thirsty? How difficult was that transformation? How angry are you with all of us? Here's a glass of water. Cool off." And Mars had just been spending all this time in Pisces, and it was like he was really being cooled off, really being calmed down, like calm down. We know everything's a mess. Please calm yourself. So, yes, being greeted first by Neptune, and we're leaving the age of Pisces behind. So that was the first energy that Mars had moved into. Also, upon Mars's arrival into his home, being greeted with this nice refreshing glass of water by Neptune, he also blindfolded him in the process. So this is very much an energy of us still feeling this heavy sense of fog. And we have this strong impulse to take action. There's things that we want to accomplish. There's things that we want to do. Things that we need to get done. Like 110 to-do lists. But we still are in the fog. The confusion. And Neptune is slowly moving away. And then we have Saturn. And having Saturn in Aries, this is great. This is great energy because this is us taking responsible action and us finally realizing that maybe we were carrying responsibilities and being responsible for things that were only simply distracting us from our actual needed responsibilities. This is us realizing what it is that's important that we must focus on. What is tangible that we can build that will last, and taking the confident action with Mars. We also have the sun. This is us feeling confident in our expression, being seen for our authentic expression, and seeing others for their authentic expression, seeing the potential in things, maybe seeing how capable we are, and realizing for the first time just how capable we are of things that we thought were imaginable. Also, we have Mercury. Mercury is the mind and the way that we express ourselves verbally, also how we hear things and send messages and receive messages. This is an important time to be mindful of the things that you are saying and hearing and reading and seeing, using discernment and not jumping to conclusions. Take everything that you see, hear, and say, and everything that you lay your eyes on, take everything with a grain of sand. During this time, especially, because there's going to be a strong need to fight for your beliefs, to fight for what you believe in, to fight for what's true, right, wrong, disagreements, butting heads. This is Aries. This is the ram. Rams butt heads when they need to fight for mates or whatever these rams do in the wild. So, be mindful of the things that you say, the things that you hear. Don't jump to conclusions. Patience is key in this energy. Very, very important to have patience during this time. Due to the fact that there's going to be a lot of aggression and there's still a lot of confusion and there's still very much a pressure cooker energy. So learning to ground yourself and spend time in meditation, spend time in isolation, write, and spend time with music, doing things that really help bring your blood pressure down and the stress level down. This is a strong energy that can bring forth a lot of tension and stress. So be mindful of the things that you say and hear and read and visualize. Next, we have the moon. The moon is a new moon, and this is where we plant seeds for the future. And in the sign of Aries, this is us planting our own seeds personally for what we can do as individuals for the future to build something that's better than what we have now. Even if it means that we need to burn it to the ground and start all over again, or if we need to take what it is that's still working and change something about it so that it can work better long term. This is an opportunity for us to really sit with ourselves, and with the moon being emotional, this is our emotions. This is us really going in deep to our subconscious, in deep to our past, and really asking ourselves, how did this happen? How did I get here? What did I go through to get here? And what am I carrying that is no longer necessary so that I can create and reinvent? This is like a rebirth. Create and reinvent the new version, the new improved, the evolved version of who I am and who you are and who we are. The brand new improved version that is coming out of the ashes. This is like Phoenix energy coming out of the ashes, rebirth. And then we have Chiron. Chiron is the wounded healer. This is us healing any past traumas. This is us going back to the past to heal those traumatic events and traumatic experiences so that we can really alchemize and bring forth the new version of ourselves, taking the pain and turning it into something beautiful. Alchemy. That's a huge thing that I have really tried very hard in my life to implement. Taking the pain of the past and turning it into something beautiful. This is transformation. Pluto literally did a number on every single one of those planets before it even entered into Aries. Every single one of those planets went through a transformation. And what is also great is that all of these planets are moving into their home signs. We have Mars that entered into his home sign of Aries. We are also going to have Uranus move out of Taurus into Gemini, its home sign. We will also experience Venus moving back into Taurus. And this Taurus and Venus is the home planet of Taurus. So all of these changes that have essentially brought all of these personal planets back to home, I believe that all of this is happening to place us into a new beginning, to start all over again, a clean slate. Do we have the opportunity to do it right this time? Or are we going to continue to do things the same way? This is an energy that I have been feeling for the past few weeks. Are people going to continue to repeat the same harmful, toxic patterns? Or are we going to completely learn from the past and change what it is that we need to change to make ourselves have a better future, a better reality? Are we going to evolve? Are we going to continue to evolve as individuals? And if we do that, then our planet will continue to evolve. And all of these changes that we've gone through, all of these, the pain and the trauma and all of the horrible things that we have experienced have brought us to the point of us realizing that we have the opportunity to completely go a new direction now and to create a better future for our kids, for our kids' kids, and our entire family of the future and legacies to come. Can we make it a better place for them? What are we leaving behind? Do we want to leave this behind? Or do we want to create something better to leave behind? To feel proud of it? So that's what I have for the astrology, you guys. And I know this is a intense, very fiery, very unpredictable energy that we are moving through. We've been anticipating it. We knew it was coming. It is barely just beginning. This is just the beginning. Things are going to take off rapidly. As soon as that fog clears and you get a clear sight and clear vision of what it is that you have been waiting to see or experience, there's going to be no stopping you. There's going to be this intense desire and drive and passion to move forward. There's going to be no question about it. For wellness, before implementing anything that I suggest as far as nutrition and wellness, please always consult with your physician before making any changes to your diet and or lifestyle. Always consult with a physician. So for Aries rules the head, the neck, the eyes, the jaw, the teeth, as well as the blood. Some things that Aries struggles with are, and anyone who has a strong Aries placement, and I have Mercury, my Mercury placement is in Aries, and my Mars placement is in Scorpio in my 10th. So I very much struggle with TMJ, and this is a common thing for Aries. They may struggle with holding tension in their jaw due to the feeling of not ever being able to relax their jaw, maybe because either they're afraid to say something that they don't want to get in trouble for, or just the mere fact of feeling like they cannot breathe, because if they breathe, then the whole world might fall apart. God forbid. But this is where tension tends to be held within the jaw. So some things you can really do to help with this, some things that I had done in the past as far as TMJ, is make sure you're staying hydrated. Hydration is extremely important. Implementing foods that are magnesium rich, having a supplement for magnesium if your doctor approves of this, having foods that are extremely potassium rich as well, helps relax muscles. Magnesium is like nature's muscle relaxant. Anytime that I had started to feel that TMJ was coming back, I would focus on my breathing. Breathing exercises helps lower your blood pressure, helps lower cortisol, helps you focus on calming yourself down. Also, with neck pain and things like migraines, it is very important to implement foods that help with inflammation. Aries tend to struggle very much so with inflammation due to their extremely high active lifestyles. So incorporating things like turmeric, you can put this in soups, there's teas that have turmeric, amazing spice for inflammation. Also, a wide variety of berries. Berries are very, very good antioxidant, very low inflammatory properties. Also, foods that are extremely iron dense is good for Aries. It helps the blood. So things like beets, incorporating meats that are iron dense, make sure they're grass fed. Also, leafy greens such as kale, spinach. This all really helps the blood iron levels. And helping reduce migraines, having teas or, even some like herbs like spearmint, peppermint, these are great for migraines. And if you're struggling really bad, there's a pressure point between your index finger and your thumb. And if you squeeze that area during a migraine, this actually is a pressure point that helps alleviate migraines. So remember that. That's a good one. And yeah, spend time doing things that lower cortisol. And if this could be setting time aside in a room alone to sit in the dark and listen to meditation music. This could also be spending time in nature, doing things that you enjoy, being artistic, creative, spending time with people who make you laugh, and laughing is an important thing to do to help reduce cortisol. And being active and getting out, doing things that get your body moving, this increases serotonin and dopamine. Spending time out in the sunlight, being positive affirmations. There's so many things you can do. Spend time with animals. These are some things that you can do to really help lower your stress levels and keep you grounded. All right, guys, we got some rather powerful messages here. So brace yourselves. First off, we have the Tower card. The Tower card is a message of transformation. And with having each of these planets that have equally all passed by Pluto, undergoing their own unique individual transformations, and with Mars completing its transit through the entire zodiac, and now passing Pluto also back into its home sign of Aries, all of these planets have undergone individual transformations, as have we as a collective and our planet. And the tower is a symbol of what was not built on solid ground must crumble. Nothing in this life is really built to last forever. Inevitably, all things must come to an end so that new beginnings can come from it, so that we can be transformed, so that we can evolve. And with having all of this taking place within Aries, this is a personal sign. This is your identity. This is how you physically show up in the world and express yourself physically. Going through a whole transformation. Like this guy, Tyson. Yeah, bud? You enjoying that plant? The Queen of Swords, which is also the card of independence. The swords represent our thoughts and ideas. The Queen of Swords is wise enough to know what to cut out of her belief systems, beliefs that were not hers to begin with, ideas that were not hers to begin with. Wise enough to know what is her own, stepping into her own power, stepping into her own unique authority. She knows where she stands. She knows what needs to go and what does not belong, and she knows where she belongs. That is the Queen of Swords. The Eight of Wands, which is very much a Mars card. This is about speed, rapid movement, which Aries is all about. Rapid movement, and things are about to take off. So the important thing to remember during this time is to remove those blockages that may be in your way so that you're not tripping and stumbling through this very fast energy that is pushing you forward. Remove those blockages. Because the things that you are about to create, nothing is going to stand in your way. You will be bulldozing through every single obstacle and challenge that is in your way. Nothing is going to stop you. But you can make it easier on yourself by first removing those blockages. So make it a little easier on yourself. Work smarter, not harder. Because stuff is about to take off. We're getting the green light. We're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. So last but not least for you guys, I have a surprise card. These are cards of inspiration. This is my inspiration deck. I thought this would be really great. And I think now going forward for my fire signs in particular, since fire is the ignition to all of our inspiration, I'm going to pick inspiration cards anytime that we are moving through fire energy. Don't worry, my earth and water and air signs. I will definitely be coming up with something special for each of you as well. Okay. We only regret the chances that we didn't take. We may not have taken risks. We may not have done the things that maybe we wanted to because we felt restricted in many ways. But Aries says, just do it. Just do it. Don't worry about it. Just do it. Because you don't want to have regrets at the end of the day. You want to look back and be like, hey, I tried. I did it. I made a mess, but I did it. So that's what I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you click and subscribe and become a part of this collective. And leave me comments. Let me know how this Aries energy is affecting you. I would love to know. Share this video with your friends if they are interested in this type of astrology content. And I hope that this new moon in Aries brings forth a brand new seed that we can plant for a prosperous, healed future. Nonetheless, and until next time, I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.